brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Falcons and the Saints, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by one of the most productive QBs in the last decade. It's year 10 for the Fresno Stater now. Here's Derek Carr.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun now for Carr. And this one complete to Smith. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. On play action, now Carr. Going for the deep ball. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On play action, it's Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. This is Smith with the ground. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And that will get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal. Kamara is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still third down.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. Carr now to throw. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Saints are on the board first here in this division round matchup. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes a full 80 yards and 10 plays. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So here are the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. And they'll be led out by a much-discussed third-rounder in last year's draft. The second-year pro out of Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The play over before it really got started thanks to Pete Werner.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Ridder working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
There he goes, right side. inside the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson, 61 yards. And the Falcons are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. A drive that time of 6 plays. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Saints. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round. On the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Roll that on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He gets 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Ritter back to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Again, it's Kamara. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? the nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
Michael Walker there to bring him down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw with Carr. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Kamara up the middle. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Carr. And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Carr. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Saints. Tre'Quan Smith, 26 yards. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who were in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination. Got it 1st and 10. Ritter will set up to throw it. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Ritter with it after the play fake.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. Robinson with another carry.
And he'll go down at the 28.
Holding. Offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons.
Bijan Robinson
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Falcons have cut it back within a score.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated.
He's got a man complete. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 55 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, is that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In the 2nd quarter already, his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Lots of look to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive.
And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way, and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
Yes, and he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it?
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now left side on the swing pass. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. .43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out onto the field comes Traquan Smith and the rest of the offense. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Falcons grab it. Does the big boy have the juice? And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
81 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A 10th carry for Kamara.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. But now he appears to be in some pain. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now a 2nd and 6.
Now a play fake. Carr. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Saints. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr.
And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Ritter. That's going to be caught by Pitts.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Ritter now. That's to the sideline and incomplete. Second and 10. Off the play fake, it's Ritter. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Ritter on 1st and 10.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
On 2nd down, Ritter. Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This the first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. We saw a strong first half from the veteran quarterback, Derek Carr. He was on point repeatedly, ultimately finishing with 4 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters alone. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these 2 teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. There he goes again. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score.
Check right. Black walk. Opposite. Green.
They'll let Robinson try and run. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for two?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Check pink. Blue check. Switch. Yellow. Yellow. Lining. Switch red.
They start on the ground with Robinson here.
Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack.
They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense is marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
And they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. This will be fielded at the 17. 44-yard punt, return of 9.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
Man, you're getting deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level and what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now Ritter.
Over the middle, it's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Ritter throwing on third down. That is caught. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
208 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Ty Summers tracks him down away in the backfield for a loss of 16.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
Man, it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Arnold Ebiketie.
Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Falcon football. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready.
At the 31-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Ritter has it knocked down. One of the linebackers has got it.
And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback With that time frame, and anytime you didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Carr. Got a man up there. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Saints are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now an important extra point here to maybe salt this one away. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it's Michael Thomas who ends it with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Atlanta regains possession of the football. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Ritter.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Here's Ritter. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Here's 2nd down. Ritter.
And he will slide down with a good gain. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. 3rd down. Ritter back to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Ritter.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
Ready, ready. Ready.
Ritter looks to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Koo knocks this one through the post,
and that'll move them back within 6 now. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And he returns this to the 22. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. But hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Carr. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately.
Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter.
Koo for the extra point.
And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So time for Carr and the Saints.
Down by 1. 46 seconds to go. They've got the crowd behind them, and they need only a field goal to survive in advance of these playoffs.
Now Carr.
Flushed out right. And he's able to take this one. 5-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Here's Carr.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
He's going to let it fly.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Oh, man, late in the tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
Here it is, 4th and inches. Now Carr, got to have this one. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Man, you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Well, sometimes you get a mismatch in these divisional round games. Not here. This has been everything we could have hoped for.
Okay, Brandon, don't get mad at me, but it's time for the old cliche.
Bring it.
Neither of these teams deserves to lose, but in the end, it's looking like the late field goal is going to be the difference in this game.
That's a good cliche. We'll let that one go. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Now Ritter. That's caught by Pitts.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. A final shot now for Ritter.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship. And now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.